Okay, sixth graders, we're starting chapter 10. Chapter 10 is about rational numbers. We've talked a little bit about rational numbers before. Numbers that can be written as a fraction. So, that means any whole number is a rational number, because a whole number can be written as a fraction, such as 5 or -5. All integers are rational numbers because they can be written as a number over 1. Okay? Fractions are obviously rational numbers. Even mixed numbers can be written as fractions. 7/4 or 1 3/4. Those are rational numbers. They're terminating decimals are rational numbers. So, for example, 5/10 can be written as a fraction, right? 5/10 or 1/2. And terminating decimals like 4 and 363,000 can be written as a mixed number, 4 and 363 over 1,000. Or you can write it as a top-heavy fraction, 4,363 over 1,000. Right? So then what's an irrational number? What is this symbol? Pi. What's special about pi? You know what pi is used for?
Read it?
Yeah. PIE is good. But pi. Luke? Yes, you do. You use it in measuring circles. You use it to find the diameter, or I'm sorry, the circumference of a circle is the number pi times the diameter. Or you can use it to find the area of a circle. If it's the radius, which is halfway across the circle, times, the radius squared times pi. So if the radius is 3, you would do 3 times 3, which is 9, and then times pi. Do you know what number is associated with pi? Most of the time it's rounded to 3.14. Pi, 3.14. But that's a rounded number. The actual number for pi is a non-terminating, non-repeating decimal. It goes on and on. What are the digits past 3.14? 1, 5, 9,
2, 6, 5,
2, 6, 5, 4. That's all that shows up, right?
Yep.
And it goes on and on and on and on. And there's no pattern. There's no repeating pattern. Okay? 1/3 is a repeating decimal, isn't it? This is 0.3 repeating. This is a number that goes on and on but does not repeat. Okay? So this is an example of an irrational number. Okay? Now, we're talking about rational numbers today. And we're going to be talking about comparing those rational numbers later. Look at your book on page 292. Page 292. Look at the first section. It says write the given number in the form A over B. What is this form called? It has a number over another number. It's a
fraction.
It's a fraction. So it says write the number in, what it means is write the number in fraction form. A over B. Okay? So, then it gives you some numbers. The first one. How would you write 71 hundredths as a fraction? How do you write this as a fraction? Caleb? Yes. Just like that, 71 over 100. Can we reduce this? No. So that's number one. How about -2 1/6? How can we write that as a fraction? How do you write that as a fraction? AJ?
-8/6.
Close. -8/6. What does that mean? So -2 times 6 plus 1. It's actually, you just ignore the negative sign. The fraction is going to be negative, so let's just do 2 times 6. 12 plus 1. 13/6. Yep. Oops. This is -13/6. Okay? So that's in the form A over B. -13/6. Okay? Now, look at the next section. It says use the number line to find a rational number between the two given numbers. Between -1.5 and -1. What's a number between -1/2 and -1? Use the number line. Point to the number line, everyone. Now point to a number that's between -1/2 and -1. There we go. Now we got a few people on task. Reese? Yep. -1 and 1/4 is a rational number between those two numbers. Okay? Any questions so far? Look at the fifth section down, number 38. Look at number 38. 2 and 1700ths, 2 and 1500ths, 2 and 1900ths. Tell whether the first rational number is between the second and the third rational numbers. Is it between the two?
Yep.
How many of you think yes? Raise your hand if you think yes. How many of you think no? Don't raise your hands if you think no. Good job.
It's yes.
It's yes. Why?
Raise your hand if you think no. Wait, don't raise your hand.
Don't raise your hand if you think no.
Wait, well then, raise my hand.
You gotta raise your hand.
No, I said, you already raised your hand for yes.
Yeah, but then you said don't raise your hand if you think it's no, which means
Right.
Which
Raise
means
your
raise your
hand.
hand if you think it's right.
Well, I already had to do that.
Well, that means.
then
No.
if we're not raising our hand, then we think it's no.
So it is yes, yeah.
Why?
Right? Because 2 and 1700ths is between 2 and 1500ths and 2 and 1900ths. It fits right in between, right? Yeah. Any questions on rational numbers?
Is pi the only thing that isn't rational?
No, no. Lots of square roots are irrational numbers. For example, if you put in your calculator the square root of 3. Square root of 3. So in other words, what two numbers can you multiply to get 3?
3 and 3.
No, no. For example, the square root of 4 is 2 times 2, right?
Oh.
No, it has to be the same number.
1.5 times 1.5.
It's not 1.5 times 1.5, is it?
1.5 plus 4. How do you put in square root?
On your calculator, there's a square root button. That you so lots of square roots are irrational numbers. Okay? Things like that.